As always, hashtag the players to let us know who you're cheering on. If you're cheering on Blue Protoss at the bottom right hand side in this best of 5 final today, then let it be known with a hashtag creator in the chat. He is from Generic Green Wings. And to the upper left hand side, our red Zerg is going to be Impact. Hashtag Impact in the chat if you're cheering on our Dead Pixels Zerg player here as we kick off into game 1 of this best of 5 series. Fairly quick event today, 3 hours in and we're going into the finals. I guess it depends how long the finals is. As we get this set up, because it's going to be seeing a hatchery coming down on the natural expansion, and Impact just starting to move out with a couple of overlords. Hatch gas pool as the opening. How is everyone doing again? Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys, into what has been a little bit of a weird stream for me. I had a lot of trouble sleeping last night. Came into this extremely tired off of like 20-30 minutes sleep, so it's been a bit of a rough one. Maybe not the best of casting, so I do apologise if at points it's been a little bit shitty. But we are here now and we are in the finals. Maybe a good thing that it's been a bit faster. I feel as though if this was a tournament that took like 4 or 5 hours, I probably would be at that sort of point where I would be like kind of losing my mind at the end. But it looks as though we're going to be okay for the most part. Anyways, yeah, what's up? How are we all doing? As we see Nexus first into double gate, Creator will be able to apply a lot of pressure. This is actually so strong in the current patch with the new Chrono Boost. The Adepts come out super quickly, and of course you have so much eco on the Nexus. That extra Chrono just a bit earlier as well. It's super powerful, this build, so I feel as though we're going to see a lot of this in the future, because you just get such a good eco lead with the workers on the Chrono Boost, and you still get Adepts to pressure and force units out as well. You're going to spend the Chrono Boost on the probes, which gets them so quickly here. Creator's going to be up 6-7 workers perhaps at some point of this. Well, okay, maybe not 6-7, but he's going to be up 5-6, you know, for a couple of moments here and there, and I mean that is really powerful as the first 2 Adepts do start on up. Hashtag Creator from TV1 Watcher in the chat, also coming in from NRXFI. Chabs also cheering on Creator, as is Mr. Fire. Some Impact love coming in from Songzer, Kynex Midlight, Foster as well. How you doing, Foster? Nice to see you, mate. Keep those hashtags coming on through. Man40 also cheering on Impact here and tipping the scales for now into a 57-43 point.
Game paused.
Creator will pause. Quick moment or so. Well, Creator fixes this issue perhaps. Not sure what the problem is right now.
Game resumed.
Game resumes, and we are back underway. Well, the first 2 Adepts coming forwards, Creator had a bit of lag.
Game paused.
Hopefully just a couple of moments again. I love your calm casting, says Zongzig. I'm glad you like it. It's not so... I don't necessarily think like talking a bit like slow and quietly is necessarily a bad thing. It's just sometimes when I'm tired like this, I say things a little bit stupid. I repeat things a lot more than I usually do. I use a lot more kind of filler sentences than... I use a lot more filler sentences than usual. But glad you guys are liking it. Resuming again.
Game
Hopefully
resumed.
gonna be good as Creator. Gonna turn back over these couple of Adapts. way down towards the bottom right hand side. A couple of probes coming in, and there's actually a couple of lings here, which is why the adepts came back. A little bit, maybe a bit of an overreaction. 2 more adepts about to finish. I mean, going across the map right now, I guess there was a lot of lings there. Maybe it was the right decision here. Critter, he's already forced units. He's still ahead on income, you know. He's still got 35, 36 to 31 workers. It's just the power of that Nexus first, and then again the adepts to force out lings afterwards. Oracle being chronoed out of the Stargate right now as well. The second Oracle will follow up, and Creator going to use this as his next little way to kind of deal some damage. Obviously, if the adepts are able to come across the map with this Oracle, it can make a nice little combination attack and do a little bit, of damage with that sort of combo. Just going to see the Queens here, going to be poking away at the Oracle. Well positioned right away. Obviously, haven't seen the Stargate. He knows the Oracle's coming in. Just being able to mentally say to yourself, okay, well, I know the Oracle's coming at this timing. It just gives you the chance to get into position and to deal with it nice and easily. Oracle will poke away at that spore again. Hydra's Den coming on down. Now, this is an interesting Hydra Den. Lair coming into play with no Evo Chamber behind it or anything, so Impact maybe looking to play a fairly aggressive Ling Hydra attack rather than playing into sort of the macro Ling Bane Hydra. Eight workers killed with these 2 Oracles. Really nice damage being done here. Creator keeping himself. He actually did a lot of damage with the Oracles against Lysira as well in the last game we saw. And it's damage like this which really can add up for a Protoss player throughout the game. Just to slow the Zerg down enough, force them to keep on making drones rather than the army when they need it. Lings gathering up to the south side. Muscular Augments on the way up from Impact as well. Templar Archives coming up. A couple of Forges also building at the moment. Lings actually coming for a little bit of a surround, but it's pretty close. I think it's okay. Losing an Adept keeps the Sentry alive. Yeah, keeping the Sentry alive is nice. The Force Field was well positioned to just deny the surface area on a couple of those units, keeping the Adept tanking at the front for much longer than it maybe should have done. Nice play there by Creator, I have to say. And you just continue on now. Real Phoenix coming up the left side. 3 workers killed once again as these Oracles not really going below the yellow health here. 8 more Hydras about to finish up. Scorpion's finishing soon. It's 2 Oracles down towards the bottom right. A lot of Hydras coming down the left, and we're going to see a lot of Lings on the way up. So Lings being built. Overlord's just out at the front, and again, units coming down the left-hand side to try and do a little bit more here. As we're going to see 1 pylon picked off, a probe picked off 2. Impact here is going to be able to grab himself a prism, as we're going to see another couple of pylons getting picked away at. A couple of cancels coming down there, and again, these Hydras trying to do a little bit more damage. And this is the timing attack we were talking about. We said he might go for a bit of a Ling Hydra timing, and well, Impact is definitely going for it right here. Probes have had to pull away. The third Nex is in trouble. Shield battery. One of them going to finish up here on the third base. Will that be enough to change things? With this many Hydras, the damage output is going to be insane. I feel like the shield battery is going to be drained pretty quick and may not even really be able to keep that many units alive. The Oracles disappear so quickly. Now the Immortal targeted as well. There's no force fields left, and there's just so many units being picked off here for Creator. Impact seemingly has enough in game 1, even after all the damage dealt by the initial kind of, adepts by the Oracles. That was really nice. Impact takes it. Game 1, he goes 1-0. Great, but I feel like it would be. You can just poke people with its spikes. Alright, to the top left-hand side. Blue Protoss player down a game in the series. It is Creator from Jeanette Greenwings. Bottom right-hand side, our yellows they play from Dead Pixels is Impact. So getting set up into this, guys, just will take a moment or so to sell out once again. Of course, if you are enjoying the stream, do make sure to hit that follow button, see when we're going live again in the future with more StarCraft 2 action. If you're really enjoying the channel, of course, you can support it with subscriptions, donations, and cheers. All of it goes a long way to supporting the stream and helping us to bring you guys more StarCraft 2 action in the future. If you've got that Twitch Prime, can you subscribe for free, of course, don't forget that. If you're feeling friendly, you can gift subscriptions now as well. It's a magical world on Twitch as we get set up into game number 2 of this series. Waiting to see what is going to be happening. Spiky like a Leviathan drone. You know, I was gonna say, Cactus must feel like Zergs with skins on because all their skins are just spiky. Hey guys, we've released the new Zerg skin. This one's called the Blue Spiky Roach. The difference between this one and the last Spiky Roach is that the spikes are blue no matter what color you play. Pro is going to be pulling back through the top side. Overlord coming across. Twilight Council opening for you from Creator. We saw him in his earlier games playing some Archon drops on this map, and I imagine maybe something similar. No, a Blink upgrade. Creator going to be a little bit cheeky here. That Blink coming in very quickly right now. Oh, we're just moving around the left side. Gateway coming down. Rubber facility has already been started up. So yeah, the Blink is very interesting. Is he going to just 2-base all in with this? Is he going to create some sort of macro third base with it? There's no Forge, which is sort of the indicator that maybe this will just be 2-base. 2 extra gates in the main. All of this so far being scoured by Impact and his Speedy Lords, though. Speedy Lords running around. A few things running towards here from Impact to try and break through, but they don't really find the opportunity. What's up, Sam at 431 coming in with the 2-month resub. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining us for a second month on the channel. I always get so happy when I see 2-month resubs, you know? Because it's, you know, it just means that you guys, you know, you enjoyed your first one for subscribing so much that you came back again. If you came back once, you might keep on coming back. It's, you know, it's a really joyful thing. Extra gates are finishing, guys. This is going to be a big committed attack here. Going up to, what, 5, 6, 7 gates, or 7-gate Blink. Well, let's see if there's anything to defend this from Impact. Right now, Pure Ling does not really feel like it. As we're going to be seeing the Stalkers just pushing forwards. We are going to see an Overlord getting picked off there. We're going to be seeing the Queens taking some damage as well. Lings continue to run on forwards. There's the Blink back. Wolfism will start to micro some of those Stalkers. A few more Zards coming on in as well here, and again pushing forwards. We're going to see a couple of Queens. We'll be pushing those Stalkers back. It's going to get surround. The Zards will be actually an important part of this when it comes to helping to tank against the Zerg. And the Stalkers Blinks on cooldown. And actually it looks as though Impact is shutting this down right now. Some Spines on the way up to help. Extra Lings on the way. I didn't think the Lings on their own would be enough for this. As, oh my god, look how many Stalkers go down. And Creator knows it. He GG's as soon as that happens. And that's going to be GG from Impact. Impact, just a couple of minutes into this one, these guys started at the... I let Creator host because he was having those lag issues. So I just jumped into this. They started you know, usually I would make them wait 30 seconds or so, but they just started the game. So let's get into the introductions, not waste any more time. To the top left, our blue Protoss player is Jinez Creator. Guys, I see some hashtag creators in the chat. If you want to show him some love, support him going into this game 3. He is 0-2 down in the grand finals. Bottom right, our yellow Zerg player is Impact. From Dead Pixels up to 0, one map away from the $50 first place prize here today. Dep does shade on in, and we're just going to be seeing a single drone picked off there. The first drone becoming a spore crawler, the second not quite getting that opportunity. Step getting low, does just about manage to shade away over towards the natural. Nicely done. Dep will shade back as he just wants to come in to scout the third base as well, and he does see the third base is up. And this time it is going to be a charge opening. A very early charge. Is he going to go from a blink all in to a charge all in? Is that the plan here? This is a super fast charge. A super fast charge. Feelings moving forwards. Not going to find too much just yet. Well, Prism is on the way out. It's only 4 gates. There's going to be a Templar Archives behind this. So, I guess just kind of a fast charge with Archon support. Interesting that it's only 4 gates, though. I mean, with 4 gates, you can warp in 4 Zealots or kind of 2 Archons. And then you've got to wait for another warp in to get the next part of this, you know? It's kind of interesting. Four Zealots warping for now. Zealots will hit the third base. They're going to be coming on in and doing a little bit of damage, but I mean, it only takes a few lings to push this back. That's why I don't really understand it. Like, Zealots are very good when there's like 7 to 10 of them. 4 Zealots just get surrounded a little bit too easily by lings, and that's kind of the issue right now. The Warp Prism micros it well, but now 8 Roaches on the way as well, and that's really going to shut this down. The Prism also having trouble just finding a place to warp in to get those Archons into play. You do need a few moments there to warp in the High Templar, and then to actually build the Archons. I love this. The Overlord just going to follow the Warp Prism. And now the Queens are here will get some damage on the Warp Prism too, but the Zealots will get a Queen. Meanwhile, Lings are coming over, and this should be a dead third Nexus. There's nothing in location here to defend this, and I can't imagine any warp in being in time to actually help it either. So, third Nexus will go down. Now a second Warp Prism comes in towards the main with the first 2 Archons. So that's going to probably get into warp in mode and make a few Zealots, would be my initial guess. The Zealots want to try and hit the third base at the same time as the Roaches come to respond to this. It's the multi-pronged aggression, the multitasking, which can be so good with this kind of Zealot Archon attack, because it's so hard to split your units effectively in the right way to maximize this. Zealots will get taken down here. Archon's lifting back up into the Prism, and yeah, well, Prism gonna be backing away. Prism down to the south, another Prism in the upper right, having a look around, having a poke to see what it can do. Impact held on pretty well. This is only a 2-base Protoss right now because of that Ling run by we saw previously. So Overlord will not be here in time to actually creep up this third base, and so it gives its life for nothing. Plus 1 missile attack starts up from Impact. Roach speed on the way. Lings are going to hit onto this sentry, but there is indeed a shield battery, which means he cannot actually break through. Shield batteries are pretty good when there's not a full surrounded set roll, but we will see this sentry over here does just go down, and actually the sentry comes out the wall to meet its death as well. A little bit of a shame there. Ling's moving around, splitting up a little bit, going in some different directions. Seeing where they can go and what they can get up to. 13 more roaches on the way out. Feeling pretty good so far. I still feel for Impact. I like his position. Feels as though he's shut down everything pretty easily. Like, there's been a couple of moments where, like, a couple of Zealots have, you know, killed a queen or two, but other than that, it's pretty good. Going down the right side is going to be a bunch of Zealots charging in towards these roaches. A lot of roaches coming over towards the right. And you're going to be seeing a couple of these Zealots will get taken down very swiftly here. So, one Zealot, two Zealot getting picked off instantly. No fourth hatch though from Impact. I mean, the double prism play is difficult to deal with, and now both these prisms are joining up together. Zealots dropping out one at a time, although Archon's coming in to join and help. A lot of roaches across the map. Well, there is 2 Immortal Sentries on the way. Is there enough here? Now a 3rd Immortal joining up. If these roaches can get on top of those Immortals, it might not matter. Putting on through, and well, let's see if it's going to be enough. The first couple of sentries throwing down those force field. There's Ravagers on the way, but they're taking a long time to get here. Now an extra Immortal coming in again. Man, these Immortals are just going to be so good against these roaches. Another wave of force fields, as we're going to be seeing this corrosive bars finally doing enough to push on through. And now those Ravagers will start to actually kill off these Immortals. This was actually a really nice corrosive bile on the warping in Zealots. That is really cute here. There's more roaches coming in. They need to try and protect the Ravagers, but the Ravagers are dropping. That said, the Immortals are dropping as well. 3rd hatch goes down at the same time. There's our Archon attack on the other side of the map. Is doing a lot of damage coming in here. Pylons will be the target. As now Disruptors are on the way. Another pylon here is going to be targeted down. If you can unpower this Robo, stop one of the Disruptors coming out, that would be huge. The shield battery unpowered as well, and workers are starting to drop. Roaches have cleaned up the attack across the map by Creator. It's still going to be just a very simple 2-base Zerg player against a 3-base Protoss. Although damage is still being done. Warping's coming in. A lot of gates still powered in the main. Disruptors are still here. But the Roaches, I love it. Spreading out to deny the Disruptors the splash damage. However, means the Zealots and Probes get better surrounds. And that obviously goes a long way too. As now the shield battery back online. This Disruptor in the wall is going to get taken down pretty quickly though. And new Roaches arriving. They'll be able to make it through in towards this natural as well if they would like to. A couple of Ravagers begin to morph. And Archon comes in from the main base. That Disruptor gets a big connection just before it falls. And an Immortal comes out as well. That might be enough to make the difference here. Impact still leading though in army supply. Wow, the Archon goes down. A couple of sentries are not going to be that useful actually in this scenario. The force fields don't really do enough. The Roaches are still going down. Another few Roaches arrive. Man, these Robos. Well, now they're not producing here. Creator is not making anything else out of the Robo, so it's just one Immortal and another one building on the low ground Robo as well, which is the more exposed Robo facility. More Roaches and Lings streaming across the map to try and do something here. Shield battery, cannon, Zealots on the 3rd base. I don't think that's a position Impact can attack into. I think Impact has run out of power here. I think Impact has run out of power. Backs away down this right-hand side. Couple more Disruptors on the way up right now. Again, 3 Roaches, a few Lings on the way out, and we are going to be seeing the Nexus on the left side continue to come up as well. The Overseer. I haven't actually seen the Overseer go into the larger detection mode. That's exactly what it just did here, and it just gives you some extra vision, but it can't move. I actually haven't seen that being used in a pro game at all just yet. Disruptor shot going to be just a single Roach microed in front, a second one as well. Still, a couple of Roaches is nice. The Disruptors will back away for a while. It's too many Zealots, and Impact knows that GG calms down 2 bases forever. And that is going to be GG. See what's going to happen. Game 4 of this series. Thank you so much for joining us today as we head on into this. To the bottom left-hand side, our blue Protoss player from Genetic Green Wings. It's the one, the only Creator. The creator of what, you may ask? The creator of everything, I say. He's had such a large impact on the world, because without him, what would have been made? Well, nothing, because he's the creator. Okay, this was a lame intro, I'm sorry. I apologize, I take it back. Please pretend you never heard it. Pretend you just know who the players are, and all good. Send up into this. It's going to be a pool and gas to follow up from the hatchery first. Impact again at the 2-1 lead right now. Should be feeling pretty decent about it. Should be fairly happy with that. Overlord coming on down. All the way down towards the bottom left hand side here. Couple of gateways going to finish up on the third neck. The natural nexus also going to be here. Done in just a few moments. Cyber core comes into play. Second gate just building as well. This was a nexus first once more, so Creator going back towards that playstyle used on Catalyst. Not too much success on Catalyst, but we'll see if he's going to have a better follow-up this time around. He just died to the Ling Hydra on Catalyst, so Blackpink a bit more of a macro-friendly map where the Zerg would struggle to be as aggressive with Ling Hydra. With these, attacks coming through the choke points, just much more difficult to actually make work than the attacks on Catalyst, where the third base is a lot more open from the left side or the right side, depending on which side of the map you're on. Stargate will begin to build from Creator. I mean, a fairly standard way to open, although we have seen so many different bits and pieces from him. We've seen Robo first, we've seen Blink All-Ins, Fast Charge, a lot of different builds. It's the first time I'd say we're seeing this kind of straight up kind of Stargate right from the get-go, although I guess we did see this before, right? This was the Catalyst build. Double gate into the Stargate. We're all created as children, praise be. The best I can do is to pretend you can't understand through the thick Geordie accent. Yeah, seems good. I can get behind that idea. Perfect. Just trying to be funny, guys. Just trying to be a memester. You know, I saw Nathanias and Rapid become casting gods through their memes. I'm just trying to be like them. I too want to be a casting meme god. Like, I just don't have it in me. I just don't have the memes. The memes aren't on my side. I have to be carried by memes. You know, back in the day, you used to have, like the analysis caster and the play-by-play caster as pairings. Nowadays, you have like the meme caster paired with like the slightly more serious caster. It's like you pair Rapid with like Autosis. It's like the perfect combo. Okay, maybe not. See, I can't be funny, especially when I'm tired. I seem to think it's a good idea, and then I'm like, say it. I'm like, I just realized that I'm making a complete tit out of myself, so I should just shut up. So I'm just gonna shut up. Gonna stick to what I'm relatively okay at, which is talking about the game. The Bayonet's coming down. It's a lot of links from Impact, but maybe just a safety phase of the game where he wants to make sure he can secure the free base without issue. I mean, he's building melee, he's going into lair, he's not really looking to all-in or anything with the Ling Bane. It is indeed just going to be a safety thing. Just in case it was an adept attack or so to follow up as we see a Phoenix hunting down this Overlord. Glaves is on the way up, a choice from Creator, which we've seen a little bit of here and there today in the PvZs. PvZ is actually, I think, the matchup with the most variance right now in terms of build orders. There's just so many different ways in which you can set up in towards the mid stages of the game. There's so many opening builds from the pros players. The Zerg has a few different strategies they can use. I think in the current patch, PvZ is definitely one of the more versatile ways to play. Or matchups to play, I should say, not ways to play. You don't play the way of PvZ. Well, they're about to finish. The lair just means Bane speed, Hydra Den. Nothing really too out of the ordinary here from Impact, sorry. Just the sort of standard bits and pieces is we do have 5 more gates on the way up. I mean, 1 free bases, so it's not really a weird, it's not really a weird sort of timing to be adding extra gates on. As we see behind the glaive, it's going to be a blink. 1 dropper load is on the way, and we'll see what Impact wants to do with this. Morphing in on the top right side of the map. Does have Nemataz Carapace, so he can get across pretty quickly. Guess he doesn't have any overlords on the left side, and he also doesn't want to morph it there just in case the Phoenix also finds it. There's 1 drop load to the main base, which is going to set some lings off right away here. Straight into the main. And it is going to start picking away at a couple of these probes. No shield battery here would have helped a lot just to keep the probes alive, and maybe would have been worth that 100 mineral investment. Or 75 mineral investment is right now. Meanwhile, in the middle of the map, the Protoss army finds a few lings, nice force fields to keep itself safe. I love the lift of these sentries. A couple of them getting damaged, so he lifts them into the prism to keep them safe, so that no more Banes can touch them. Meanwhile, these lings still being a little bit annoying though, finding some probes and just poking around. Morling's going to hit the mineral line. It's still pushing up the left side. We're going to see Creator. There's a lot of money which he hasn't spent. Impact. Actually, he's ahead on workers, but his army is lacking just a little bit here. If he gets caught in something like this stasis, this could be very bad for him. First couple of Hydras are on the way. There's a stage of the game where he's building +2 melee, Bane speed, +1 missiles, Hydra speed. All of these things are on the way, but they're not here just yet to actually help fight against this army. And so we go. Creator poking in towards the 4th base. Is this something which Impact can really fight? Well, perhaps not. We're going to see a lot of lings going across the map. It might actually force a recall here from Creator. Recall to the 3rd base? Yeah. I like it. It makes a lot of sense, but he actually didn't recall to the 3rd. He recalled to the natural. 3rd didn't have the energy. Well, he's going to get a few probes here, force them away. Eventually, he will kill this cannon as well as the shield battery runs out of energy. We'll find a couple of kills in the center of the map as well before the Hydras come in as part of the defense. This gets a bit better now for Impact. Okay, he lost the 4th base, but all of his upgrades are finishing. This is that kind of moment of greed, that kind of bad moment where he'd had a lot invested but nothing to gain from it. Well, now that obviously turns around. That's not that's not a feature anymore. Now he actually has all of those things which he was invested in. Just this Phoenix just manages to sneak away after killing that Dropper Lord. Small shame. Vayne Hydra still setting up in the center. There's going to be aggression here out of Impact in the near future, it seems. Colossus Switch is on the way from Creator. That's next sort of stage attack for him. Starting to set up. The 2 Colossi are halfway done, but they're not here yet. Multiple cannons and pylons again dropped on the low ground. A cannon, a shield battery, and a pylon, actually. Nice warping in towards the main base here. Creator going to cause a distraction. And look at the force as it pulls back. The entire Zerg army is on his way back home. And it buys Creator vital seconds for the first Colossi to finish up and to get into a much safer stage of this game. A couple more Banes morphing in the center of the map here, as we're going to see some Stalkers blinking back over to the left side. And still seeing what else they can do. Currently in the polls, by the way, 48-52, so close. Creator, the slight chat favorite. And so far his support is going okay, as we're going to be seeing a cancel on the 4th base, though. It's definitely helping him in this game, man. I mean, he's doing a lot better than he was in the first 2 games, which kind of was so one-sided. I thought this was just going to be a 3-0, but obviously it's not how it ended up. 3 depths will shade on forwards here to try and do just a little bit more damage. A Lurker Den will come down into the natural. It's going to be the switch here from Impact into Lurkers for his next stage of the composition. They can be powerful, but I'm not sure how much I really like them against Colossi. The more I've seen Lurkers lately, the more I feel that the Protoss really has to mess up for the Lurkers to be effective, for the Lurkers to really work, and that's not really a good, a good thing to focus on, to, your opponent messing up. I mean, when I say messing up, maybe it's the Zerg players that play well enough to bully themselves into a good position, but yeah, sometimes that kind of feels as though the Protoss messes up by being out of position more than the Zerg gets themselves into position, I guess. Big stasis here catches a whole bunch of lings. Second stasis doesn't catch anything. Feeling is going down already. A Hydra too. And again, those Colossi are going to be so deadly. I don't like this position at all for Impact. I mean, he's pushing in towards a ledge, which the Colossi can just move down to disengage. This is not how he wants to play this at all. As we're going to see a Dropper Lord. Well, Stalkers have just blinked down south. His Ling is trying to cancel the 4th. Impact doing everything he can to try and make this work right now, but so far doesn't find anything. The Spire coming on up. Lurker Den and Infestation Pit will be finishing shortly. And Ling's coming back in through this south side. Salads and Stalkers are going to get surrounded. And these Lings are doing some nice damage here and there. Impact has so much money in the bank. I think he's just waiting to make a whole bunch of Lurkers, but even when he spends that money, is it going to max him out? Is it going to bring him to an equal and comparable army supply as Creator has. Lurker Den finished, nothing coming out just yet from Impact. Nothing just yet. Spend that money, bro. 11 Corruptors. Okay, well that makes sense. The Spies just finished up. So that's what he was waiting for. The Corruptors as a way to deal with the Colossi. 11 against 5 Colossi. Is that enough? It's very close. We've seen these Lings running again. Shield Battery will repair this cannon for a little bit, but it does mean the probes are going to take a lot of damage here. Lings are going to be a few more of them going towards that cannon. Shield Battery is about to run out of energy. Now some Zealots warping in, but it's not looking too pretty. Impact losing an Overlord or two is again struggling in terms of just straight up army supply numbers. Can't even max out here as Creator comes for the push across. Really needs a fantastic engagement if he's going to make something happen with this. The one thing I will say is that the Stalkers at this stage of the game are not going to be as useful as, you know, maybe Zealots would be or so in this Protoss composition. Especially if those Lurkers up, the Stalkers would be very useless, I feel. Going across the map again. This time the cannon will die. The Shield Battery does not have the energy to repair up as it was doing before. Recall will come down. What's actually recalled here? About half the army. The Stalkers are left. Stalkers obviously have the ability to blink, and that's what they will do to get away. Really nice. These these continued link run-bys by Impact. They've finally done something which really helps them here. We're going to see some Banes connecting. Some Stalkers going down. Zealots are just running in towards Banelings as well. Now Corruptors are getting free reign on the Colossi, but Stalkers will come in. And just look how long it takes these Corruptors to do anything against the Colossi. One Colossus in trouble and he got lifted up by the Prism. The Corruptors just don't do enough here. They have no upgrades, and against the armor upgrade of the Colossus, they just don't find themselves a way to, again, really do what they need to do. Another DT gets picked off here pretty swiftly. This army of the Protoss still gathering up towards the lower right side. A few more DTs warping in here. 2 Archons will be getting added in. Some Zealots as well. And Banes and Hydralisks. A few more Corruptors, but again, I mean, the Corruptors, you just saw how slow they were to get rid of Colossi before. I'm not sure if another 11 or whatever it is going to have 8 plus 3, 11. I'm not sure if another 11 is really going to be enough. Concave set up here, but force fields available to shut down some side of this Baneling surround. Well, here we go. The Corruptors this time a bit more successful, working their way through the Colossi. Nice micro on the War Prism here to help out. Is it enough from Impact? He has shut down, not the War Prism. The War Prism's just way in the back, but he is going to shut down every Colossus. Not going to be enough though. GG. Creator takes it. 50-50. Oh, it was a 50-50 in the chat. Someone ruined it. It's a 52-48 in the chat. To the bottom right hand side from 0-2 to 2-2. Our blue Protoss player from Jin Green Wings. It is Creator. Top left hand side, the yellow Zerg from Dead Pixels. Give it up for Impact. Game 5 of the series. I'm looking to see what will happen. That's me. Dive on into Neon Violet Square. What does Creator do? I mean, he's been the one who's really varied his builds up so dramatically throughout this series. Does he play alone? Does he play short? Does he play all in? I feel like his all in attacks have not really worked out for him. I mean, what's he lost to? Well, he lost to the Ling Hydra all in. He lost to his attempt to blink all in. But he did win a couple of games where he played the more macro style, you know, free bases, being aggressive himself, getting up in towards that army which can fight against the Zerg. Man, I'd be really sad if Impact lost here. I just have to say, like, in the last 3 WardiTV weeklies, Impact has finished second place to Hero, TY, Nurture. I feel like he deserves a win. I feel like he deserves a win. As you're going to see this depth coming back in towards the natural expansion. Shield battery on the way up in the wall. 2 extra gates coming down. It's just a Stargate. Pretty much the most standard of build orders we've seen so far today. No double gate opening, just a single gate expand into the Stargate and going from here. Let's keep running the chat. Hashtag impacts to bring it back to 50-50 in the votes. You guys are split on this series. The players are split on this series. Let's see how it finishes off. We will see the Oracle come in towards the top side. Allow on the way up already here from Impact. It's fairly quick. It's the sort of layer which could mean maybe a Hydroling attack. We will see. Meanwhile, behind the Stargate, well, Twilight Council and the Forge comes on up and just gets set and ready to roll here. So that's on its way, as we do just see this few more drones on the way up at the moment. This Oracle moving around as we are going to see the Phoenix getting rid of this Overload. A few Adepts will come in to back the Oracle up here. Was it just a single Oracle? I know there was a Phoenix after, but no second Oracle at all. As he goes into +1 and Blink. Now we have been seeing... Oh wow, that's dangerous. The gold base? That's not something you really see on Neon Violet Square. Is this Overlord going to scout it? He's going to get close. I think he's going to stop just shy. But this is interesting. This is not what you would usually expect to see from the Protoss player at all. And Depths will shade backwards as they move forwards to try and see what they can do, but they do commit to the shade as they pull all the way back down towards the bottom right side. Gates coming up over here, shield battery and a cannon. The defense is being established as Creator wants this gold base early in the game to work with. Lingers are heading towards the natural expansion. Oh, he does see a probe of the gold minerals, and that is maybe a bit of a giveaway here for Impact if he was paying attention. Depth will hold the wall for now. And Depths and sentries from the left side will come to the right to help out, and well, Impact already backed away. This Oracle currently on 2 kills, looking for just a little bit more. Lingers have actually looped their way around towards the gold base themselves. Let's see what they can get up to here. Well, again, shield batteries in position. There's a couple of sentries to help out if required. And that is going to be, for now, Impact force back in towards the center of the Zerglings. This Oracle didn't find anything new just yet. A Spire on the way. Choice from Impact here. Here's an interesting one. Is +1 and Blink about to finish up. Extra gateways too, and maybe we see a little bit of a Stalker sentry push. I feel as though it's the worst possible time you could go in towards any sort of Spire play at the moment. With +1 Blink Stalkers coming on the map and a lot of gateways. Really feels like the last thing you should be aiming for is to be making, well, meters or something. Is that what Impact's going to do here? 5 meters? Well, we're going to find out. This attack is starting to move across. No Stalkers just yet. Stalkers will begin to warp in, and again, +1 Blink Stalkers, again, 7 meters in production. Well, I don't even know. Did he just cancel them? He just cancelled 5 of the meters. Yeah, I don't blame him. To get the extra gas for the Ravages, you lose the lava, sure, but I think what's worse would be just not having a natural army to be able to fight these Blink Stalkers right here, as Creator is in a very aggressive position. Of these 3 bases, he's got the gold behind it to back up his economy nice and strong. There we go. Ling is running forwards, and we are going to be seeing the Corrosive Bow will miss. Warpism has to be very careful here. The last thing the Warpism wants to do is get caught in triple Corrosive Bow and get taken down. Without reinforcements here, it can get very dangerous for Creators. Well, so far the Bows are the one thing that's keeping Creator from really pushing in. He has to back away from these Bows every few seconds. Well placed by Impact. And nice of him to spread out his usage of the Bows, and that's just how important the cancel on 5 of those muters were. By cancelling 5 of the Mutalisks, he puts himself in a position where he was able to afford 5 more Ravagers, more or less. In fact, I guess 5 meters, 500 gas. And it's actually, it's like 6 Ravagers, I think, as we're going to see Stalkers blink backwards. More force fields coming down. Roaches under fire. Overlord's moving around here as we see those sentries. I've got the Guardian shield up, and, well, using a lot of their force fields. The sentries are going to go down just as the energy is running out of them. An aggressive blink forwards by the Stalkers just as the Roach numbers getting low. Is that at the right time, though? Well, the Ravagers are mostly dead. There's only, well, there's 4 left over. The Corrosive Bow starting to come down on the Prism. It will dodge away from the first one. Drones have been pulled into this attack. And Impact is losing out on the work account, but, well, he's keeping enough alive. These 2 meters find themselves... Is that 7 kills each? No way have they killed 14 probes. That's insane. Overlord's trying to tank some damage here once again. Blinking back, Creator still warping in. Pure Stalker, +2 on these Stalkers. That's so much damage output. That's what's going to really kind of make things a little bit crazy right now, as we're going to be seeing. Well, Roaches and Ravagers pushing in again. A lot of Stalkers blinking back there right away, as we're going to see again these Biles keep on dropping. Roaches are still doing a little bit more. The Zealots running on in. Stalkers pulling back. Is it enough here from Creator? Big blink back once again, coming all the way back towards his prison. Get some Zealots out to get the tanking going once again. 9 minutes in, and we are fully committed to this attack. And I think Creator's breaking Impact. Honestly, Impact doesn't have that many workers in comparison to what he might need to really deal with this. He's losing out on army supply. He doesn't have an upgrade, and the efficiency of these Stalkers is really starting to shine. Splitting up into a concave here. Oh, corrosive bars will be blinked away from. I was going to say maybe he found himself some bars, which Creator was not going to do much about. Another bile. Is Impact going to go from the 2-0 lead into the 3-2 loss here in this final? It just feels as though he cannot win a series in the finals of the WardiTV weekly events. Big blink forwards. This is Creator showing confidence now. Will manually split his way against those bars. Another blink on top of the Ravagers. GG from Impact, and Creator will take game 5